It's amazing what you can find when you take time to look. And although that may sound mysterious, it's actually the focus of this session in our video series on laboratory safety. Today we focus on inspections by outlining the procedures that are common to lab inspection programs. A key element of a safe working environment is to make sure the work area is organized and free from safety hazards. This is often referred to as good housekeeping. Housekeeping plays an important role in employee health and safety. Many times it's a precursor or a predictor of other issues in the laboratory. Cluttered, disorganized lab conditions can lead to accidents or spills. Inspections are used to help alleviate and identify discrepancies. A good inspection requires good behaviors and interactions on both parties to be most effective, as stated earlier. They can be formal or informal, depending on what is needed in your area. To be most effective, inspections need a strong culture of safety supported by everyone who works in the lab. What are the most important parts of your lab's inspection program? You, your coworkers, and supervisor. A successful inspection only happens when everyone in the lab is engaged, has a positive attitude, and truly cares about safety. You can easily incorporate the elements of PACE in your inspection procedure to help ensure success. Remember, PACE is an acronym used to help us remember a few fundamental principles for communicating about safety. Starting with the P, make it personal. The A is for ask, as in ask open-ended questions. C calls for us to create an environment where people are free to ask questions. And E reminds us to escalate issues that become a problem. All inspections procedures have two things in common. They require a little time and a lot of commitment to improving the safety of your lab.
Let's follow Amaruka and Trevor as they go through their lab's inspection procedure, which includes the components of an effective program. At first glance, you might think Amaruka and Trevor are just talking. But in fact, they are using an important and powerful component of the inspection procedure. Make a personal connection during the inspection. Inspections are more than checking off items on a checklist to see what's good or bad. They are an opportunity to ensure everyone in the lab clearly recognizes and understands what's needed to maximize lab safety. Amaruka and Trevor make a point of using Dr. E. Scott Geller's advice as they implement the inspection procedure. According to Dr. Geller, actively caring means we practice systematic and purposeful acts of kindness to keep other people safe and healthy. How does this apply to inspections? When you and your coworkers care about safety and each other, you will want to learn how to improve. You will be actively involved. If you look closely, Amaruka and Trevor are using another important inspection component, a document that outlines areas for emphasis in their lab. The document can be a checklist or some other format, as long as it lists focus areas for inspection. Emphasis areas should include findings from previous audits, known gaps or discrepancies, issues brought up during discussions, compliance items, and any other concerns people working in the lab may have. The ability to change emphasis areas based on improvements or upcoming topics makes this tool even more powerful. For example, in the past year, their lab had some challenges with safety showers and eye baths being blocked, and that was the emphasis area. Since those are in compliance now, Amaruka and Trevor move on to the next area of emphasis, checking fire extinguishers and gas regulators. The emphasis area for inspection should change as your lab's needs and requirements change. An effective inspection program should also include timing or frequency. This ensures inspections are performed on a regular basis, such as weekly, monthly, or quarterly. Like Amaruka and Trevor, you will want to create a formal or informal report about inspection findings. What form your report takes will depend on your lab's procedure and the nature of the inspection. Another component of inspections is the use of follow-up tools for any discrepancies that are noted, depending on the severity of the discrepancy. Trevor and Amaruka are using an action item list, but there are other tools available, including a learning experience report, taking a digital photo to share with the work group as a safety moment at an upcoming meeting or through a communication can be very powerful to help others learn to recognize and mitigate potential hazards. Tracking mechanisms are important and helpful too. They ensure any corrective actions determined by the inspection are completed in a timely manner, and that discrepancies are also not allowed to continue, leading to larger issues such as an injury or environmental concern. A few effective tracking mechanisms include email communications, repeat inspections, and verbal follow-up. Be sure to use the mechanism defined by your lab's inspection procedure. If conditions persist, utilize an escalation process to ensure issues are addressed in the lab areas. As we said before, often the most important component of inspections is the interaction and dialogue that will take place between you, your coworkers, and supervisor. Together, you make inspections worth every minute of your time.
Finally, after taking the time for inspections and improvements, don't forget to recognize success. As improvements are made, or if a minimum number of safety discrepancies are found, let everyone know. Be loud and proud. Improved lab safety means everyone wins. And when you use inspections to help you look effectively, you will find ways to make your lab a safety winner.